located within 6 or 8 miles of here. It was, was on an old homestead which there was homesteads every 160 acres in this country back in the early 1900s. When it was abandoned, all these places were abandoned. The county took over the land, and people were able to buy these structures and move them. And that's it. Something like that.
That's the barn, probably.
We don't need to talk about a barn.
Outbuilding of some kind. Or?
Yeah, we'll say it was a log structure.
Yeah. Made of logs. That's the key. That's really old.
They're making new houses out of logs.
Yeah, that's a little bit different.
We'll just go over there and talk about it and do
Sure.
it.
Yeah. Okay.
It'll be a different story every time anyway.
There's the Josephson compound over there. And we circle around only a couple hundred yards to the southeast is the cabin.
Okay.
The log cabin, which we're going to talk about for the first time. We've been ignoring this thing over here, this little treasure. So here we go. We're going to have some wind, darn it. This was how many hours of chiseling, for God's sake?
Well, this here old log cabin was a structure down here in the Barrens that was abandoned probably in the early 1900s. This area was all settled, 160 acres homesteaded by immigrants, and the country dried up and they just had to leave the area. And of course this log cabin was some type of a structure that was left, and Farrell's and Lee's dad probably got it for $5, and Lee's dad took it down, actually took it all apart, log by log, and re-put it up on some county land that was leased for $5 a year. Wow. Oh, and it was there for nearly 60 years when the county decided that we couldn't lease it anymore, so we had to move it.
We're thinking it started, that cabin was built in 46, did we say, you think?
Yeah. Yeah.
1946 when they rebuilt it from the original barn parts or whatever. Okay.
So we had to move it up here to this private land, and that's when I started restoring it. Actually, there's 4 sides to the building, and it would take nearly a whole summer to do one side because of all the redoing the logs, but they are in very good shape, just a few little rotten spots, and they were taken out and repaired. If you look closely, this is they call it the Norwegian design of the logs. Wow. Notched and fit together.
Wow. I did not know that.
So it was, this is a veneer on top of log that was kind of in bad shape, so we veneered over the top, and it was all done by hand. And of course then it was all reshaped. Now this here has been restored. This side here has been at least 10 years. Mm-hmm. And it still looking pretty good. It's a little dirty right now because of the work we did inside.
What's the name of the caulk?
It's permachink caulking.
Permachink.
It stays pliable, but it's not. It moves if the logs move. Uh-huh. But these old logs are probably 110 years old, and I think they're done moving.
So
They
this-
haven't moved.
It's a paint finish then?
Yeah, it's a solid stain.
Solid stain finish. Okay. Okay.
Of course, when this building was relocated here, we put on a screened-in porch and put it up on blocks, so it's real nice, high and dry now.
I'm going to just keep rolling. Just let it roll. Just remember we're going to go outside and do the outside of the fireplace at the end, probably.
So this is what was done this year. These logs were actually painted white on the inside to get more light in here, and it just didn't look good at all. So we decided to blast the logs and clean them up, put 5 coats of poly on them, and perfect shape the inside. Of course, this ceiling was done many years ago. We had the boards sawed from a pine tree that was standing right alongside the cabin. This is like 25, 30 years ago. We had the boards sawed into lumber and put here. So it's a little history to the ceiling.
Oh man, I forgot all about that. Until now.
And these windows I salvaged from a demolition site because the windows were, just panes of glass before. Now these open up, and it's got nice screens on them, very good shape. So it's really tight and nice now. And of course, if you see the cards nailed on the beams during the deer season, the sun goes down at 4:30, and it's a long time till 10:30 that we go to bed, so we play a lot of cards.
I see that.
And it's like Penny Andy poker, and the only hands that go up there are 4 of a kind or better.
Okay.
And this is probably, I would say it's probably, I think the early 80s we started this. So this is probably 30 years of 4 of a kind poker hands.
I would have never known that. And then in the middle, there was where you're standing.
Well, originally the cabin just had a fireplace. It didn't have a fireplace. It just had a chimney coming down to here, and there was an old cook stove on one side and a heat stove on the other side.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
So after Lee's father died, we kind of took it over, and we just cut the chimney off and built a fireplace right in the middle of the building, and it worked out great. Really worked out great. But when we had to move it up here, we came from a site about 1.5 miles from here, and we couldn't move it with that fireplace, so I built this. And of course that fireplace was also from a salvage setter thing. And
this is a nice touch. These are thick birch pieces.
Yeah, it just adds a little touch.
Very unusual.
Because behind that, you can take those out and get to the chimney without tearing it all apart here.
About anything to say about the floor? Is that original?
Well, when we relocated the building here, we overlaid pine, tongue group pine onto the floor.
Okay.
And you notice the gas lights. There's no electricity, and a gas stove.
Gas.
And you'll notice there's no bathroom.
Gas. Yeah, yeah. We're gonna check that on the way out. We have.
Okay.
We'll
And we have a running water.
oh yeah,
in
the
cabin.
running water. Yeah.
We got a pump
I
here
forgot about that.
that you can just pump water right on. Real good water. So and gas stoves and gas refrigerator,
Yeah, gas refrigerator.
all that stuff.
Okay. Let's go. Anything else?
Somebody might have saw
This is
the
amazing.
television on the video. The television is battery operated.
Television is battery operated. Oh wow. Okay. That's good.
Because it was.
Oh, you added something. You added here. What is that? I forgot.
Well, that's part of the building.
Really?
Yeah.
I'll be darned. Just a building technique, I guess you'd say.
Yeah. It isn't a Norwegian design. That's an old Swede design.
1,000 Swedes ran through the. Oh, we won't go there. Okay. And
This was an undertaking, as you can see, was done in 2007. And the dates were put there, and the numbers by using some of these mother's agates that his sister saved. And
she played with those when she was a kid, I guess, right?
yeah, probably did.
Uh-huh.
Now that's probably, the fireplace has been here, of course, it's 2012 now, it's 5 years, and that was my first attempt of building a rock fireplace.
And where'd you get? And where did the rocks come from? Where did the rocks?
Oh, the rocks come from the local gravel pits, the river.
Some river rock. Wow.
And it's
And the river is only
half a mile.
half a mile.
And those rocks are really older than dirt.
Put a date on those rocks. Okay, now.
But anybody that has ever did a project like that understands the work. That took, I would say, about 500 hours for me
500 hours.
by myself, and there's not a crack in it after 5 years, so it's really great.
Wow. Take a wild stab at how many hours you got in it. Moving the whole bit.
Oh, there's probably 2,000 hours.
Wow. How many hours out here in the back? It wouldn't be complete without the outhouse, would it?
No. Pretty necessary.
There's no bathroom in there. Oh, darn. So here we go. You gotta pee. Of course, you do that out in the woods. But this is a porcelain sign, right? A one-holer. Look at that. Get out of the way, you spiders. Holy cow, the spiders are just... Zoom! There's Herb in his cabin right there. Wow. Well, thank you very much, Herb.
Thank you.
Anything else?
No, I'm going to go to sleep now.
Go take a rest. Take a nap, Herb. Okay, we're done.